Hello, welcome to the weather update. It is the 15th of October already. Already made it to the middle of October, and definitely had some more sunshine today, especially by the afternoon. But it was quite warm out, and quite a warm day across the area. That's the Modus satellite. This is the current satellite loop, and this is what it looked like as I tried to look for some fall foliage in Babylon. Just a little bit of it trying to show there along the Charles River is a little better example of it. But the leaves are late because we've had so much warm weather. But there you go, some of the fall foliage. Some of the leaves starting to change, but we're not there yet. It's probably going to be not until next week that we start seeing the colors. First along the wetlands, and then in the uplands. That won't be until November. The uplands, upland forest, the oaks and stuff like that. So let's go and look at what our highs and lows were today. You can see all these frost and freeze warnings. That's the cooler air mass that's coming our way. We're going to look at that cold front in a minute on radar as well. But first, let's take a look at the current conditions outside right now. It's a warm, muggy night. Temperatures are in the still upper 60s, so we're above normal for the high. And for our dew points, you can see mid-60s dew points as well. And pretty much the same everywhere, even in New Jersey there. You got the mid-60s as well. So let's go and take a look at what our high temperatures were today across the area, because it was quite a warm day across our area once again. And you can see close to that 80-degree mark, especially northern Nassau. LaGuardia looks like they got up to 82 degrees. JFK 77. Carl Place was reporting 81, 77 at Farmingdale, 79 at Islip, 77 at Shirley. Let's see what we got in West Hampton. A little cooler there, 73. There was a sea breeze, so if you were on the South Shore, especially by the afternoon, definitely felt a lot better. Whereas we're in the middle of the island, North Shore, kind of warm. 78 in Central Park as well. This is way above what the normal high is supposed to be for this time of the year. Let's see what it was like in New Jersey, because I have a feeling it was even hotter there, like Toms River. Yep, in the Pine Barrens west of Toms River, 83 degrees today. That is insane for mid-October. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Let's take a look at what our lows were last night. See if there was any radiational cooling at all to speak of. Lows around 60, but I see West Hampton did have 53, so some minor radiational cooling. But again, a very, very warm day across our area. Really ridiculous how much above normal. 83 at LaGuardia tied the record from 1956, while Central Park fell just shy. So it looks like LaGuardia did make it up to 83. Here's a map of what the highs were from the National Weather Service again. Well above what we're supposed to be. Normal high is supposed to be in the mid-60s, so we're way above that. Almost 15 degrees above normal, which is absolutely ridiculous for this time of the year. So let's take a look and see what we got coming out on the models. Well, first let me look at this cold front here, and let's see if we can get the cold front. So we could show you the cold front. Here it is. You could sort of see it here, and there is some severe weather with this, and I guess that will be the main focus and the main concern over the next couple of days. Mainly the main weather event that we have to worry about here is this cold front coming through. Let's look at the day 2 convective outlook, and you can see we are in a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms tomorrow because we have this strong cold front coming through. So let's take a look and see. We have this front that is going to be approaching this big beautiful high that'll build in, and then we're gonna have just great cool weather right through a good part of next week with this high. It's going to take all this junky, humid air away and bring back October the way it should be. So let's go to the HRRR. We have the 0Z HRRR in its entirety. So let's take a look at that as we head into tomorrow. And you'll see this cold front come through. And you can see, look at that. Really nice line of, this is definitely going to be, it looks like a good possibility of severe weather, eastern Pennsylvania, even New Jersey. But then look what happens when the line gets to us. Kind of just fizzles out, and then we just have like a rainy mess behind it. It'll probably rain for a little while, and then it'll end. But that is, it just kind of fizzles it out, probably because of a marine influence. But you can clearly see those V isobars that we've been talking about for days. When you see that V there, that means a good possibility of severe weather. And again, draw that out and can clearly see that V right there. V's a little more intense over New Jersey. So obviously, New Jersey probably a better likelihood of seeing some severe weather there versus here, especially because it will be hotter there with the strong south flow when the front passes, and we dry it out, and it even looks like it's trying to develop a couple of scattered, maybe showers, instability showers, perhaps later in the afternoon on Sunday, just because this is such a strong front coming through, and there's going to be a very steep lapse rate behind it. So we could see that as possible. Definitely clouds in the afternoon Sunday. So let's take a look at the dew points. You'll see what I mean with separating these two air masses here. So you look at the dew points ahead of this front. You see dew points well up into the low to mid 60s, and then the front comes through. Northwest winds come in. It's going to be a sharp cold frontal passage. Northwest winds come in, and immediately the temperatures and dew points start dropping, and we have the dew points in the 40s by Sunday. And we look at our temperatures, you'll also see this temperature gradient setting up ahead of the cold front. And you'll see Long Island will generally be in the 70s because of that south flow. But if you're in New Jersey, that is warmth that's coming right up. And again, for the folks in New Jersey, your air is coming in over the land, whereas our air is coming in over the water, and it's a little cooler for us here on Long Island. So New Jersey, you are going to have a brutal day tomorrow, and then capped off with some severe thunderstorms. 80s, definitely a good bet for New Jersey. 70s for Long Island. The city will probably get close to the 80 degree mark. Front comes through, dropping into the 50s and maybe even 40s by Sunday morning, and then we're only going up into the low 60s after this front passes. So low to mid 60s with this front. It's going to really be a major cool down, a major, very strong cold front dividing two big air masses that we have. So we're going to look at a couple of other models right now. Let's go to the, in that we are in the shorter range, let's go to the NAM here, and we are going to look at the NAM. And we have the 0Z NAM in. I was getting the weather update going a little later tonight, like 10:30, so we have a little more model data to look at. And you can see, look at this line here, really intense. But again, it just fizzles it out when it gets to Long Island because of that marine influence. But it may not be, we've seen this before where we think, oh, the marine influence will, stop these storms. But if there's enough momentum, they can hold together, at least for Nassau County. So I have to keep an eye on it. But the models right now are saying we're not going to see too much action on Long Island except for a few showers. But look, if you're in eastern Pennsylvania or New Jersey, you have a good bet. I'm pretty sure that you're going to have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for you, because the difference between those two air masses is at its peak when you're over land, and that is going to help quite a bit with this front. Really, and again, if you look at the F-Gen, I mean, just look at that. That is some nice looking F-Gen right there. So it's going to be a strong frontal passage that's going to wind up coming through. Let's go look at the skies. We're going to go to the skies next on the RGM. And we'll have sunshine tomorrow, some high clouds, sunshine, cirrus clouds probably. And then this front comes through. And then Sunday, we start off with sun, but we may see more clouds in the afternoon, some cumulus developing. It's just instability, cloudiness that we're going to have behind this front. And maybe we might have it again on Monday as well in the afternoon. But again, the morning should start off sunny. So if you want most sunshine, best to get an early start on Sunday. With that brisk northwest wind, it's going to feel nice compared to what we've been dealing with, for sure. Let me look at a few other models here. Well, let me go to back to the temperatures here, so we'll show you the GFS for tomorrow. Look at how hot the RGM has it over Jersey. No, that's not. I want the GFS. Give me the GFS, please. So let's see. You'll see what happens tomorrow here. Look at this heat that's going to develop over Jersey, and then boom, cools off. And then after that, we are cool. It starts inching back up a little bit as the week goes on, but still, we're a lot cooler than we've been. But this month is still ridiculously above normal, and it's going to go down in the books as one of the warmest Octobers that we've had. So let me go to the Ventus sky. We're going to look at some thunderstorm parameters as far as Cape goes for tomorrow. And we will go to tomorrow, so Saturday the 16th. So let's go ahead and look at this Cape. It's not that impressive. For whatever reason, it's not generating a lot of Cape. Um, but the lifted index is pretty strong. So you can see that lifted index. So this is, I mean, chance of tornadoes probably, with the Cape, probably can't support that kind of thing, or even wind damage. It could just be downpours, maybe localized strong winds, and lots of lightning, perhaps these storms, and some pretty impressive cloud formations, especially if you're over New Jersey. I think you're going to see that. And then it moves east of the area. There it is, 8 o'clock. It's already moving east of our area, and that rain should wrap up. Probably, you have a good threat of a shower. It's not going to be the whole Saturday night, but anytime, especially if you're on Long Island, anytime between like 5 and 9 o'clock, you have a chance of shower or a thunderstorm, perhaps. If you look at its precipitation simulation, you can see what happens here. So this is 5 o'clock. You can see really impressive, especially to the north and the west. And that's probably where the best bet of severe weather is. But for us, kind of just fizzles it out. And for some reason, it does slow it down. So if it does slow down, then that's going to mean it's going to be harder for. But this is not a radar simulation. This is just your precipitation. We go to 1 hour precipitation. So it moves it a little further east there. But that thunderstorm threat, we're definitely going to have to worry about that for tomorrow, I think. And that is something that, again, I'm kind of concerned about. The models might be underestimating this a little bit. The other thing is the winds. We're going to have some strong winds tomorrow ahead of this front. You can see gusts maybe 30, 40 miles an hour ahead of this front, but you can see, looking at where the wind is blowing, you can see over Long Island, it's blowing in over the water, keeps Long Island cooler. New Jersey blows in over the land, so it's hotter there. And you'll see here, as we get into your day, into your evening, you can clearly see where the front is, right there. And this front comes through, and it brings an end to this muggy, summer-like air that shouldn't be around in the middle of October. So pay attention to the radar tomorrow. There may be severe thunderstorm watches or warnings issued, especially from New York City on west. The south flow over the ocean would have a tendency to, reduce the thunderstorm threat for Long Island, but we've seen plenty of times this summer where that hasn't happened. So just pay attention to the radar. I would not be surprised if there is a severe thunderstorm watch issued, at least for parts of our area tomorrow. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care. And let's just, nothing for tornadoes. Wind, though, yeah. See, it's got that. So we could have some straight line wind. Hail, not much of a threat. So there could be some straight line winds with these storms. This is what they say for tomorrow. But generally, marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow. And especially if you're from the city on west. It could be, like I said, it could be a very interesting day. We'll have to see exactly how it all pans out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and take care.